Hawthorne Bank in Liberty is a proud supporter of the Liberty School District. At Hawthorne Bank, we understand the importance of a strong community and a strong school district. We also understand the importance of a strong financial future for our school district's families and for our local businesses.
I'm Melissa Hubble.
I'm Katie Colbert.
I'm Lynn McClure.
I'm Nick Richmond, and Hawthorne Bank is proud to support KLPS and the Liberty Public School District.
Hawthorne Bank, with you every step. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hello and welcome to Liberty High School. This is the girls basketball press conference, and I am Zach Warner, the assistant varsity coach, and at this time I'd like to open it up for questions.
How are you guys going to get better after winning at North Friday?
Well, it's a quick turnaround. We play again tonight against Raytown, so quick practice on Sunday, scout and get ready to go, and then after tonight we can come into the gym for a few days before we have to go again on Friday. But it's doing the same things. It's getting better individually, getting better as a team, and just kind of working as and trying to get kind of in the home stretch. We've got 7 more regular season games, so it's a matter of just working hard in practice and getting ready to go.
Since the varsity girls were undefeated to North, what was the preparation going into Friday's game?
Say that again. What was the?
Since the varsity girls were undefeated to North, what was the preparation going into Friday's game?
Yeah, we watched film and we put together a game plan that we kind of thought based on our matchups, based on their personnel versus our personnel, and then it's working on just running our stuff the best way that we think we can, and trying to execute our stuff. And we did a really good job in the first quarter, and then the last 3 quarters it was a little bit difficult to make shots, but it's the same preparation that goes into every game, and no matter who you're playing. The intensity is a little bit more when it's a rivalry, but it's kind of the same process for every game. Just scout and then practice and then try to execute on game night.
How would you describe the atmosphere of the crowd and just in general Friday night?
It was awesome, and not only the community as a whole. I mean, it was a jam-packed gym, which was awesome, but our student section, which was, I think it was literally 2 feet behind us, and it was really hard to hear, which is a really fun atmosphere to be in, really excited, really locked in. And there's football games on Friday nights are pretty awesome, and but in the winter there's no better place to be than in a packed gym on a Friday night, so it's pretty cool.
How's the loss of Jordan Johnson affected the team?
Yeah, it's a tough go. We kind of pride ourselves on having kind of some depth in our big position, our posts. And for the time being, we're down 1, and it's a senior, and it's one girls look to we know she's always going to play hard and kind of bring that intensity to us. So we kind of have no one has to pick up the load, but we all have to kind of just do what we do and maybe do it just a little bit better, while she's out.
Since you guys did just play North, going into that game, do you do anything differently? Do you watch more film? Do you prepare any differently?
The only thing we had different between, prepping for North on Friday than our other games is that we had 3 days to do it, because we played Monday and then we had 3 days off until Friday. So we actually took Tuesday off just to kind of get away. We had gone, I think at that time we had gone 9 straight days without a day off with practice or a game. So, but other than that, it's scout. It's put together a scout sheet for the girls and go over their stuff. There's really no difference, between scouting for North versus scouting for Truman or something like that. It's just you get a little bit more intense because it is it's your crosstown rival.
You guys have 7 more games in the conference, so what are you guys doing to prepare to make sure you come out on the top of all those? Yeah,
that's a really good question. That's our focus from here on out, is trying to win our conference. And with 7 games left, we didn't get off to a good start. We lost our first 2, and now we got 1 back on Friday, so we're 1-2. This week we play Raytown tonight and then Truman again on Friday, and our conference is really good. In fact, in Kansas City for girls basketball, it's the best conference in Kansas City, and so we have to. We got to make sure that we're ready to go, because you could win or lose any night. So it's a matter of prepping and locking in for each game so that we can have a best chance that we can to put ourselves in an opportunity to maybe win it.
Is there anything specifically that you're going to work on for the next game as compared to North?
Yeah, well, we'll play Truman on Friday, and we've already prepped for tonight's game. But we'll play Truman on Friday, and typically with Truman we see a lot of zones, so we'll do a lot of work on our zone offense this week, which we don't see against North. So a lot of work on our zone offense and kind of figuring out how to kind of match up. They're a little smaller than we are, so maybe playing with a 4-guard lineup as opposed to 3 guards and 2 bigs. So there's just a couple little things that you have to do in prepping for Truman that you don't do when you prep for North.
Going off that question, you said you guys have to play North coming up in a couple of weeks or next week. How are you guys gonna use their footage from when they played you differently when you play them in a couple weeks?
Yeah, good question. We play them at the end of next week. So I think Friday, February 9th, we have another doubleheader here at our field house with girls at 6:30 and the boys at 8. And we'll study the tape of what they did against us and then try to kind of adjust based on what we think the best plan of attack is. But we've got several films on them, and now we've seen how we play. So it's just a matter of making some adjustments to how they guarded us.
With the loss of Jordan Johnson and also the bench not being super deep in general, how have people stepped up these past couple of games?
Well, we've had, I guess really kind of the end of the game on Monday against Park Hill South without JJ, and then the whole game on Friday. It obviously bumps the lineup a little bit. We got CC starting in that spot. So more minutes for her, and it means that we're going to have some more minutes from our guards, and it might shift Kale to the 4, so we play a little smaller at times. And it just, like I said, no one needs to do, they don't need to change what they do. Everyone just needs to kind of focus in and do what they do maybe a little bit better, tighten down on defense a little bit more. We'll need to grab a few more boards. So people that, we're already good rebounders, so we need to, rebound a little more. For instance, Friday night, Mary Mason had 6 boards. So she probably doesn't get 6 if Jordan's in there. So everyone just kind of has to step up a little bit more what they know how to do.
How do you feel having 3 doubleheaders in a row?
I love doubleheaders. This is my 8th year in our program, and this is really only the 2nd or 3rd year we've done doubleheaders. But from our perspective, it just makes for a really awesome night when you can get a big crowd in there, for our game and then for the boys' game, and it's just kind of camaraderie, with the guys and in our school, and I think it's really, really good for school pride and for good energy at our school.
Do you guys have a game plan going forward this season?
Yeah, it's it's a little bit of doing what we do, so we have to get better at what we do, and we're at the point of the season now where our stuff is in, so what we've been working on all year is in, so we're probably at the point where we might add a couple things just to kind of give people a fresh look and to give us a fresh look, but then it's fine-tuning the things that you've been working on all year just to try to get better for that home stretch, and really it's about improving as individual players. Yesterday's practice was a lot of individual work, working with guards and posts, getting better individually, and so you work individually in order to get better as a team for the final push of the regular season.
Since you guys do have a lot of back-to-back stuff, is your team kind of feeling the stress from that?
Yeah, I think that there's a certain level of, fatigue that sets in when you play Friday and then you play Monday. Playing Monday and then again on Friday, you get some time in there to be ready. But if you play Friday night, you get done at 8 o'clock, you take Saturday off, it means that you got to come in on Sunday and get some work done because you play Monday. There's not another practice, a weekday between that game Monday. So I was joking with somebody, it's almost like coaching in the Big 12 or something. KU has a game on a Saturday and they turn around and have a game on Monday. It's kind of part of the deal. So it can be a little tiresome and a little exhausting, but probably more so on the old guys who are coaching. The girls are pretty young, so they have plenty of energy to go out there.
And since the women are defeated against North, are you guys kind of hoping for the same result? Are you guys kind of stressed for anything?
Yeah, we know we play them at least one more time, and there's a chance to play them again because they're in our district for postseason. And we don't worry about past success or 0-4, 4-0, or 2-2, or 2-3. It's locking in on that game, because what you do is if you focus on how you've done in the past against them, then you're not locked in on how you're going to play in that game. And I think that this is as good a team as they've had over there. They're really good, and on any night, we could beat them or they could beat us. So that the past success, just you throw that out and you focus on the next game coming up. Well, that looks like that is all our questions. Thank you very much for good questions today, and that concludes our women's basketball press conference.
Hawthorne Bank in Liberty is a proud supporter of the Liberty School District. At Hawthorne Bank, we understand the importance of a strong community and a strong school district. We also understand the importance of a strong financial future for our school district's families and for our local businesses.
I'm Melissa Hubble.
I'm Katie Colbert.
I'm Lynn McClure.
I'm Nick Richmond, and Hawthorne Bank is proud to support KLPS and the Liberty Public School District.
Hawthorne Bank, with you every step. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.